Hello and welcome to Community Crossroads. I'm your host, Karina Garcia, and here's a quick glance at today's show. We revisit Safe Streets, Safe Pets, a 25 News Now Extra with reporter Lupi Zapata. Plus, we have some very adoptable pups from Adopt a Pet in Victoria and pet adoptions of Cuero visiting us today. We also give you guys a sneak peek of St. Joseph High School's upcoming musical, Mean Girls. And with that, let's toss it over to reporter Lupi Zapata with your 25 News Now Extra.
It's okay. You're okay. Here.
Joe Hernandez is an animal lover.
He's just hungry, kind of scared. There you go.
As a supervisor for Victoria County Animal Services, it's his job to make sure stray dogs like this friendly pup stay off the streets.
So we just typically scan them just to make sure.
And this moment right here is one of the hardest parts of Joe's day.
It doesn't have a microchip.
When a dog doesn't have collar tags or a microchip, it goes back to the county pound with the possibility of being euthanized.
So by him letting me do this to him, carrying him, most possible chances are that hopefully he'll be able to be adopted.
In 2023, Joe and his team at Animal Services sheltered more than 800 dogs and almost 500 cats, resulting in more than 400 animals killed.
Once we work with them, hopefully that'll help out. He'll get used to the leash. But some of them you do have to do this, others will walk.
The county stray animal issue can be seen in the many dogs this tame boxer mix is joining. In January of this year, 116 dogs were impounded. More than 24 were euthanized.
We are killing pets all across America simply because they're loose. Not because they're bad, not because they're old, not because they're injured, but because they're loose. I just don't agree with that.
We sat down with Joe's boss, Mark Sloat. He's the director of Animal Services. He was hired by Victoria County Commissioners at the end of 2022 with hopes he'd fix a broken system. One of the first executive decisions he made was a name change.
What I wanted to get across with changing it from animal control to animal services is, first off, we've never had control of the animals. It's kind of a misnomer. I want to show that we're building actual animal services into this community.
One of the ways he's doing that is by getting children to care.
On your mark, get set, go!
2 days a week, these elementary students in Bloomington get a visit from Animal Services Officer Lorena Keefe.
Name one way to stay healthy around your pet.
Mark has planted her at the city's elementary to teach these kids about proper dog care.
You don't want to feed the dog unless your mom and dad tells you to, okay? So don't just go feeding random animals because they're gonna stay in that spot.
These children are learning what it means to be a good pet owner because too many adults in Bloomington are not. The community is seeing more and more stray dogs due to abandonment.
I was here for a completely different call trying to get an owner surrender, and they told me these people left their 2 dogs in the cabin. And I've seen these dogs jump in and out of this window every time I've come up to this house. I just didn't know what was going on.
During her investigation, Lorena learned the dog's owners were evicted out of this cabin the first week of December. Now these left-behind dogs are left to fend for themselves.
I've had about 6 cases like this in the past 10 to 14 days. Abandonments and cruelties tend to jack up in the wintertime.
And back to Joe in Victoria. He let me join him as he patrolled the neighborhood of Silver City. Here, it's not an abandonment issue, rather residents letting their dogs roam free, which can be dangerous.
Back in 2019, in this same neighborhood that we're at, there was a call that came in, 2 dogs running at large, and one of the ladies that lives in the neighborhood was bit over 100 times.
As we were interviewing in a neighborhood park, a pack of dogs greeted us, one with a hurt leg. Joe says it's helpless dogs like this that keep his team dedicated to what they do.
The animals that don't have a voice, that's what we're there for, to help, you know.
Like I've been told multiple times before, only 1% of people can be an animal control officer just from the massive hate you get and all the compassion fatigue that you deal with. I hate seeing stuff like this. It is the most aggravating thing because it is so easily preventable.
Mark and his team plan to open a new and larger facility in early 2025 at 513 Prophet Street in Victoria. He hopes this more central location will better serve the community.
You know, I asked the public in Victoria to be patient. They will see change. You know, we're getting less calls about loose dogs.
And while it may be a slow process, Mark says people can rest assured a group of true animal lovers are making a difference.
You know, God created us, but he created the animals first. I truly believe we're put here to care for what he created. I've been blessed with skills with animals. I really feel that's my calling in life to do that. I'm certainly not in it for the glory or the money. You know, there's a lot of hate in the animal world, but it hurts my heart to think that we're just killing dogs because they're loose. And that's why I'm passionate.
It's that passion driving this team, working hard to make safe streets and safe pets a reality.
Thank you, Misty!
Lupi Zapata, KAVU TV, 25 News Now.
Lupi, thanks so much for that segment. And up next, we have Adopt a Pet of Victoria.